Hello, welcome. Let me just quickly sort out this view and make sure that you can see everything nice and clear. Welcome to another Wednesday live. Is that sufficient? There we go. Let me see. What else do I need to change? Everything looks fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. How are you doing? Where is my Zoom? I'm trying to see if anybody is joining us on Zoom. It doesn't look like it. And this screen is showing up here. Do that. There we go. And then what's happening here? There we go. All right. I'm back. It's been a minute. I think the last 2 weeks I was not, yes, the last 2 weeks we were not able to do YouTube lives. It was busy. I had to work the 1 week. I think I worked till almost 11:30 at night, that particular Wednesday, 2 weeks back. And then immediately after that, basically, I fell ill. I got flu / sinusitis / all the things. That Friday, after the first Wednesday, I was in bed for the Friday and the Saturday. Went to the doctor on the Friday. Worked last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Last week, Tuesday, I got home. I ate food and I said to my husband, I'm going to bed. I'm not feeling great. The same thing last week, Wednesday. And then I was woman down for 3 days last week. Sick in bed. But I have to say, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, I could feel like, oh my goodness, the tide is turning. I'm feeling much better. I am healing, which is wonderful. And yes, and so I'm here today. I will not be here next week, though, due to work yet again. But I'm here. So how are you all doing? Please tell me in the chat, how are you doing? What's up? What are you busy with making? How is life treating you for the past 3 weeks? And how is the weather? How is the weather? Because we have lovely weather. It's really basically summer. Bas. So that is fun. All right. Hi, Rosemary. She says, I hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling much better. Much better. Thank you. I truly believe that the 3 days in bed, sleeping the whole day, every day, has been very helpful, as well as all the medication I got from my doctor. But yes, much better. It's going well. I hope you're well too. Yeah, so if you have, I don't know, I think since we last spoke, we have released 2 videos on my channel. The first one being the video about Karoo Winter Wool Festival. I hope that you enjoyed that one. If you haven't seen that one, go back and have a look. I basically try to give you a feeling of walking through the vendor stalls at the Karoo Winter Wool Festival, the food stalls, other tents that were set up. I wanted to give you some sort of an idea how it looks like at the venue, and which is such a beautiful farm. So yeah, so it was almost like a walkthrough type of video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. The editing thereof is not easy. Let me tell you, when you search for beautiful music to add to the video, together with the narration that I had over the video, which was the first time I was doing it like that, and the editing of the sound is a workout on itself. Really, it's hard work. But I have to give a huge shout out to my husband. We edit together, and he's just a master at making sure that you don't get the same effects than when you watch a TV, right? Where you watch a series, the next moment of advert come on and it's like loud, and then you have to like turn down the volume, and then when the series come back on, you have to increase the volume of your TV again. So we were really trying to be good with managing the sound and all of that. So I hope that you enjoyed it. That was the first video. And then the second video, which was released this past Sunday, I was feeling good enough to actually sit down and record an episode for the Lekker podcast. And it was the date announcements of Cape Town Yarn Festival. So if you haven't checked that one out, go have a look. I showed you two of my WIPs, which is my only WIPs. And I also showed you a beautiful bag that I got from Hart en Hikkel. Oh, another beautiful bag. I already put it away. So it's not with me. You have to go look. Hashtag beautiful cat bags. Cat bag. So I showed you that, and then I talked about Booby Along. Booby Along. I can show you some kits tonight if you want me to show you. There's a little insect flying here. Oh, there it goes. Dead. And so I talked about the Booby Along Make Along for September, and I also then talked about Cape Town Yarn Festival. Are we excited about Cape Town Yarn Festival? Because I am very excited. All right, Maggie. Maggie says, "Hi Jalene, dit is goed om jou weer te sien. My seuns en skoondogter het pampoentjies gehad vir 2 weke. She said it's good to see me again, and her sons and daughter-in-law had, what is pampoentjies? Now I can't think about the name. It's that one that the child sickness where you had these very bad swollen glands. I can't think of the English word. Oh, I hope they're feeling better, Maggie. And thank you for being here, all of you. Hello, Rosemary, Maggie, Suzette, Almarie, and everyone. Thank you for being here. Almarie says, "Hello, everyone. So happy to be here live for a change. So glad you are feeling better." Oh, thanks, Almarie. It's lovely having you here. Suzette says, "Hi to all. Missed you a lot." Oh, yeah, I miss this. If I am not here, I really miss this space. So it's lovely seeing all of you. She says, "A special hello to Rosemary. Glad it is spring, and in Namakwa, it's in the early summer. Our temperature is suddenly in the low 30s. Yes, we also had 31 degrees the other day. And I was like, what? What's happening? Yeah, it's awesome. Rosemary says, "I watched the Cape Town Yarn Festival video. It was excellent. I also watched your new video. Oh, you're talking about the Karoo Winter video. It's been so nice to watch your videos." Oh, thank you, Rosemary. I knew enough. Is pampoentjies measles? No. Measles is morsels. Mumps. There we go. Rosemary, thank you. Rosemary to the rescue. Mumps. Yes, so that is pampoentjies. How are you all doing? You are not telling me how you are all doing. I'm doing well. How are you doing? All right, so let me show you stuff. I am now currently bandaged up all over. I came from the physiotherapist. Today, I think today is my starting of my 3rd week, not crocheting and knitting. And I told her, I said, it's the first time I saw her because with me sleeping for 3 days in bed being sick, I hurt my shoulder. And it was so bad. Like I felt like I just can keep my hand like this. It was so bad. But today it felt actually better. And I was contemplating, should I actually cancel my appointment? And I thought, let me rather just go because my elbow is still niggly, even though it's much better. And so yeah, I'm glad I went because it's been a few months and it can actually become really a problem and chronically a problem if you don't really attend to it. And I didn't attend to it. I was too stubborn and I didn't stop crocheting and knitting for a bit. And I have to say the past 2 weeks already, there's been improvement. My elbow is feeling much better, but it's still not healed. And I think I'm just going to be escalating my recovery time with me being at the physiotherapist today. And so I was telling her my plan was like, I had a plan. Like she was like, I remember the day that I grounded you for not crocheting. There was a time, it's a few years back, where I had a bad injury, a crochet injury. I was crocheting cotton bags and my thumb was in shambles, my fingers, everything was just a mess. And she said, you're not allowed to crochet for a week. And it almost killed me. That sounds very dramatic, but like it's hard. So with this constant tennis elbow, I decided I knew I had to stop my knitting and my crochet. And I was telling her, listen here, I had like a plan set out. Like I knew I'm definitely not going to crochet in it for at least 2 weeks. And then I'm going to assess myself at the end of those 2 weeks, which was like yesterday and today. And then I will make a decision from there. So I decided, okay, let me rest another week. And then I will start every other day, slowly starting to go back to knitting and crochet. And so I'm pitching her this idea, and I'm like, what is your assessment? She's like, you are still grounded for another week. So I was like, okay, good. And so she's currently approving of my own plan that I have in mind for my knitting and crochet. But let me tell you, the first week of not crocheting and knitting was extremely tough. I'm really missing it a lot. I'm still missing it a lot. I don't want to see knitting videos or crochet videos because I get extreme FOMO. I really want to pick up my needles, but I know it's going to be worse if I start now and then I'm going to hurt myself again while I'm not healed. I'm not going to hurt myself again, but I'm not fully healed. So I need to give my body time to rest. But the first week was tough. Peoples, it was really tough. Anita says, hi, ladies. Jalene, I was in bed with sinus since Friday, but it's back to work tomorrow. Oh my goodness, but it seems like everyone is sick, Anita. I hope you're feeling much better. I already watched the podcast and love it. Oh, thanks, Anita. I hope you get better soon. I'm glad that you have been resting. You need to rest. Yeah, so now I need to look after my arm and my elbow for a little bit longer, another week, which is not a train smash because, like I already indicated, I will not be here next week for the live. I'll be traveling the coming week throughout our province. So I will not be at home, and I will not have time to crochet and knit even next week. So by next week, hopefully by the end of the week, I'll be able to pick up my needles and at least every other day then do something, knit or crochet or whatever the case might be, and slowly get back to it. But it's frustrating if you have so many things you want to do and to finish and to start. But the one thing I told her is that I want to really be in tip-top shape beginning of October with the start of the mystery knit along. So I need to tell myself that the whole time so that when the mystery knit along kicks off in the beginning of October, which is, when is it? Is it the 2nd or the 3rd? I can't remember. Anyway, no, I'm flying on the 2nd. I'm flying. I have my yearly sister meet up with my sister. We're going away together. I think I'm flying on the 2nd, which is a Thursday. So maybe it's starting on the 2nd or the 3rd, the mystery knit along. I can't remember now. But anyway, so I need to be back to the swing of things by then. So it's fine. I will take the time to rest and yes, and slowly integrate my knitting and my crochet by the end of next week, which is tough because I have 3 sets of booby alongs or boobies, knit and dockers that I want to knit and all the things. So yeah. There was something I wanted to say now, and now I forgot. Oh, I wanted to tell you that even though it was so extremely hard to not knit and crochet, I've been really resting my body quite a bit over the last 3 weeks, or the last 2 weeks at least. And I've also really started reading like a maniac. Which is lovely. I absolutely love reading again. I've always been an avid reader. I love to read. And yeah, so I try to now make sure that I read. And so my physiotherapist was like, I'm really enjoying to read now because I have proper time to read and I have to like just read and do nothing else. Um, so my plan is for the end of next week to make sure that I have like a read day and then or read time and then this either every other day then knits. So I will switch it up like that. That's my plan. That's my plan. Um, Edith says, I've lost my creative mojo again with a lot of life drama. It's so frustrating that crafts usually helps people when they have personal health issues, but for me, it's the opposite. Um, I I have found that to be both the scenario, even with myself, Edith. I can really relate to that. Philip, my husband, will tell you that he really gets worried if I now can normally, if I'm not in the situation where I'm now where I have a tennis elbow. Um, Sometimes life can also just throw things at you. And then there was instances where I would not even have the like just wanting to knit and crochet, even though that actually brings me peace and healing. And then my husband would be extremely worried because he knows that it's so good for me. And then he would ask me, listen, I'm really worried. You are not knitting and crocheting, and that really makes me worried. What is going on? And then in some other instances, it would also be where I'm going through a lot. And then in those instances, it was crochet and knitting that really carried me, was like almost like my therapy. I'm thinking about losing my parents. That really was a therapy for me in that time during my grief period, even in the midst of going to the ICU and visiting them and that whole drama. But then the flip side is also there where I've been going through things and I was just not crocheting and knitting. And I think that is fine too. Um, Sometimes we need to, I don't know, maybe it's our bodies and our mind and our soul trying to like just step away from a bit, recalibrate, rethink about the situation, reassess. Um, and that is okay too. I think we have to listen to our bodies and how our mind works and take cues from what is happening. So, but I hope that you are feeling much better and that you will find your creative mojo again. Because, oh my goodness, Edith is a creative, like, I don't know, she's a volcano. She's like having so many crafty things that she does so well. But yeah, so I'm sending you a big hug, Edith. Um, Rosemary says you will have to take it slowly, Jalene. Yes, yes, I agree. I even though it's frustrating and I really want to get back to knitting and crochet, I need to take it slow because my future body and knitting and crochet will thank me. Otherwise, I'm just going to break everything down with the rest that I've now banked, if I can say it like that. Apologies. I'm still recovering. Rosemary says, I can relate, Edith. When things are bad in my life, I also lose my mojo. At least it's better now, and I hope you're feeling a bit better now. Yeah, it's true. Um, we go through seasons in our lives. We have good times, we have bad times. Then we have times where we are creative, extremely creative. And sometimes also I feel like when I step away from social media and like I'm not that much on my phone and I don't answer all my messages, I really do that deliberately a lot of time, at least once a week, where I try to step away from my phone for a whole day. I'm not watching social media. And even if I'm on social media and I'm posting stuff, I'm not scrolling. I would not being seen. So if I don't like your post or whatever, it's not because I don't like your posts. It's probably I've not seen it. Because I would open up my WhatsApp, my Instagram, for instance, for Made by Jalene. I would post what I need to post. and I will basically get out of there. And it's not that I do not want to interact. I get to interact with a lot of people. I've got the community space on WhatsApp. I've got this space. And it's just sometimes too overwhelming and too many stimuli. And I'm trying to just save energy and not feel, I do not want to feel overwhelmed, because I can get overwhelmed a lot, because the reality is that I'm working full time. I am a mom. I'm a wife. I've other things going on here as well, not only in this space, but in other spaces as well. I'm really, really busy. And so you sometimes have to just compartmentalize your life and try to make sure that you do not overextend yourself, if that makes sense. And yeah, I'm talking all the things. Almarie says, ask, what are you reading? Oh, goodness. Okay, so I like to read a multitude of different things. I like to read biographies. I like to read deep philosophical stuff, psychological, maybe not psychological. I would rather say motivational books, whether it's a story about somebody overcoming challenges or whatever the case might be. But I have really let myself indulge in fiction now. And I'm back loving. It's lovely. It's so nice to not read a book and I'm thinking about the things and I have to think too much, and I am just enjoying a good story currently. And the story series I'm currently reading is from Rebecca Yarros. I hope I'm saying it correctly. I started with Fourth Wing. Oh my goodness. It's almost like it's a mashup between Harry Potter meets How to Train Your Dragon. Oh my goodness. It is so good. It is so good. And so I'm now busy with the second book in the series. There's currently 3 books out. So the second book is called Iron Flame. And yeah, so I'm busy with the second book. And apparently the series will be in total 5 books, but there is only currently 3 out. So Rebecca is still writing the 4th book. I don't know when it will be published, but I am enjoying this book, and it's even motivational. Now that I'm thinking about that, yes, because the main character, Violet, is actually like a weakling. She was never destined to ride a dragon, to be a dragon rider. Her destiny was to be a scribe in the local library. And it didn't end up for her like that. And it ends up that she is really actually spectacular and very special. And she's got special powers. And she overcame challenges by really, really practicing hard and because literally like she's weak in her bones. She's got a problem with her bones. And her fellow classmates had to like really train her harsh so that she could build up muscle and become strong and quick. And so it's actually a story about overcoming your challenges and something that you think you could never do, that you end up doing. And so it's a story about Violet being a dragon rider and having enormous powers. And she's actually not even having one dragon. She's got 2 dragons, which was not even like, it's the first time that happened in this kingdom. So it's a lovely story. I love it. I really, really love it. So yeah. And where are we now? Amory. So that is what I'm currently reading. And then the 3rd book is Onyx Storm. So I'm currently indulging in fictional reading. But let me tell you, my list is so long for books to read. I've got so many books. Let's talk about my book list. Let's talk about let's talk about my book list. Where is it? Where is it? About things I want to read. Let's go through it quick. Chuk, chuk, chuk. Okay, Almarisa, what do you like to read? What books do you love to read? Let me quickly get my hello, my list of books. All right, so I love Leon van Heerop. He's a South African Afrikaans writer. I love his books. I love Dion Meyer. I love his books also. Then I've got Madeleine Rist, also South African writer. I've got Carissa Broadbent. This is all fictional currently. Oh, yes. I think it's only currently. No. Yes. Oh, then I've got other books on my list as well. Hollywood Babylon, which is like I don't know what is it a biography maybe? And Chaos. It's also all about the truth about the bad things and the big. Can I say cults? I don't know if it's cults. It's not the right word, but the Hollywood setup and how it was set up to have an impact on the world. So those are two books I still want to read. I've got Powerless on my list from Lauren Roberts. Other books that I've loved. Oh, I can talk about books. My first book that I always recommend people to read, if you do not want to do a fictional read, but you want to really do a mind-changing read or something to really just expand your mind, that's also not the right word. Maybe have an impact on your mind, is The Four Agreements. It's that book changed the outlook on how I perceived things. I read that book probably 15 years ago, and it still remained my number one book. It's a very quick, easy read. It's a brilliant book to read. Another book is The Book of Joy by the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Tutu. That was also a book that I enjoyed. What is joy? And how can you remain joyful even in circumstances where it's dire? It tackle all those philosophical ideas, and that I read that book. I do have both books in my library. I've got so many other books that is brilliant. But I always say, if I have to say the book that changed my life is The Four Agreements, and then obviously, what is the other book? Life. What is the book? The brilliant book about the guy that was in Auschwitz. He was a doctor. I can't. Okay, I'll have to think about that title. Also, brilliant book. Anita says big hug to Edith. Rosemary says I started knitting. I'm starting to knit again, so I'm thankful. I'm glad you started to knit again, Rosemary. Suzette says, I lose my mojo the past 2 months due to setbacks in life. It's so interesting that it seems like we have a lot in common, right? And a week ago, my husband asked me, where is your knitting? And yes, I finished my I Am No Man, and that broke the block. Oh, that's wonderful. So you broke that. That is wonderful. I'm glad. I really believe that we have to go through those desert periods. I've been telling a colleague of mine that when I'm going through difficult times in my life, I always tell myself that I don't know why this is happening to me. Why am I going through a dark period in my life? Why am I going through a challenge? Why am I feeling like this? Why? But then I always ask, and I say, what must I learn from this? Whatever I'm going through, I just want to remain hopeful that whatever I'm going through, it will be something that will strengthen me as a person, or that's something that I will learn from this, or that something that will make me better as a person. So I always try to let that be the forefront while I'm going through this desert period, this, darkness. Because it feels like when I feel like that during that time period, at least it let me remain hopeful. And so I hope that that might be something that will assist you when you go through dark periods, that you don't know why you're going through this. And even though you might not even understand what might be even the benefit of going through this challenging period, but trying to think of, there must be a reason that you're going through this, and being hopeful that it will be something that can strengthen you as a person, or motivate, or like make you a better person, or that you learn something from it. So that's what's keeping me always afloat during challenging times. I don't know if you can learn from that, or that it will maybe help you. Edith says, ooh, you need to read A Court of Thorns and Roses from Sarah. Powerless. Yes, Powerless is on my list, actually. A Court of Thorns. Hold on. I think it's on my list. Hold on. No, it's not. Oh, another person I love is Jodie Picoult. Love Jodie's books. Love Francine Rivers' books. I'm big fans. So those are also on my reading list, if I haven't mentioned those. Okay, Edith, you need to WhatsApp me those names, please. Powerless is on my list. I'm sure it is. Powerless. I think Powerless is on my list. Yes, Powerless is on my list. The other book you need to send me. They are definitely online with the series you're reading now. Oh, awesomeness. A Court of Thorns and Roses. Rosemary says, yes, Jalene, the Four Agreements is fantastic. I have the Book of Joy in my book cabinet. That's my mother's book. Yes. Dr. Joseph. Okay, wait. Now you're letting me write down stuff. Okay, so first, Edith's recommendation, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Maas. Okay, that's Edith's recommendation. And then Rosemary says Dr. Joseph Mengele. Okay. I'm definitely going to have a look. For sure. Thank you for that. Oh, yes. Book Four Agreements is amazing. Love the Book of Joy. Love the Book of Joy. Elmarie says, I love our autobiographies. Yes, I do too. Real life stories, and then books based on biblical fiction. Francine Rivers, right? Francine Rivers. Have you read her series, the Mark of Lion series? It's 3 thick books. Oh, Elmarie, it's brilliant. I read that when I was in school. I need to read it again. Actually, I have those books, but somebody took my first book. I never gave it back. My parents bought those 3 books for me because I loved it so much. Oh, and then Harry Potter as well. My husband bought that series for me. Oh, anyway. And sometimes just plain sob stories if I don't want to concentrate. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, Francine Rose is also one of my favorites, says Rosemary. There was something I wanted to tell Elmarie. Now I need to think back. What did I want to tell Elmarie about books? Okay, it will come to me probably. Oh, yes, that's what I wanted to tell. Elmarie, have you read the book of Matthew McConaughey, Green Lights? It's a brilliant book about his life. You need to read it. And if you can even get the audible version of it, where he narrates the story himself, oh my goodness, I loved that book. Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. I can highly recommend that book. No, it was not Joseph Mengele. guys, it's a very like motivating book. Let me just um the book is on my shelf. The Life of Meaning. Yeah, yeah, it's not that. Um, okay, I'm gonna true search, man search for meaning, man search for meaning. It's man search for meaning. Sorry, man search for meaning. Who wrote the book? Yo, it took me now, Frankel. Oh my goodness, such a good book to read. Man Search for Meaning. That's the book I was looking for. The other book I wrote of Auschwitz. Oh my goodness. Also another good book. Okay, wait, let me just open up my Audible so that I can tell you. It seems like tonight it's not about yarn and crochet, right? It's all about books. And it's all about motivating each other and telling ourselves that we will find our crojo again and our mojo and our creative space mojo. It's fine. We will be fine. Okay, wait. Let me go to my library quick. Finished. Another great book is The Tattooist of Auschwitz. Brilliant book. Green Lights. Oh, and another book that I love. The The Choice by Edith Eger. Brilliant book. Also about Auschwitz. Auschwitz. The Choice by Edith Eger. Brilliant book. I can highly recommend. The Tattooist of Auschwitz. Brilliant book. Another person I love is Paulo Coelho. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. It's the book about suicide, actually. Okay, I'm going to search that name just now. It's brilliant books. Then another book which is really amazing to read. It's not a Christian book. I want to just warn you. It's really multifaceted, but still a great read, a great human being. It is the book by where is it now? The Journey Home. The Journey Home by Radhanath Swami. Let me just maybe type that in the chat because I would not know how to spell it. If The Journey Home by Radhanath Swami. Oh my goodness. It's a brilliant book. Very captivating and wow, very, very fascinating book. I finished The Untethered Soul, but now I can't remember the book. The content really doesn't come to me, so I can't remember if I really can say that it was a good book. The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. I can't really remember. And then what else? Brené Brown, Daring Greatly, also a brilliant book. And there was something else that came to my mind just now while I was looking at all of this. I can't think about more books. Let me just quickly go through my other list. Robin Sharma also has good books to read. Which book is that, Almarie? Do you talk about the Journey Home? The journey home, let me just quickly look at when it was. I've read it like 3 years ago. Let me quickly see when it was finished. The journey home, when it was, oopsie daisy. I want to now see the details of the book. Okay, wait, let me quickly look for it. The journey home of when it was published. It's a relatively new book, I would say. I believe you're talking about the journey home. Okay, wait, I've missed messages. Rosemary says, have you read Corrie ten Boom's books? No, I have not. So I will place it on my list. Corrie ten Boom. Good. Almarie says, I read them. I haven't started listening to Matthew's book yet. Oh my goodness. Rosemary, you're going to enjoy that book. I really like Matthew McConaughey. He's cool. Rosemary says the choice is excellent. Almarie says, no, I'll have a look for it. Did I hear? Okay, we discovered that one. You'll have to start a book group. We need recommendations. Okay, so now do I need to have a book group on the community page of WhatsApp? Do I need to do that? Would you like to see a book group? I never thought I will add a book to my knitting space, and my crochet space. Who figured? But it seems like that is what's going to happen. We need recommendations. Yeah, so I was busy looking for Almarie and The Journey Home by it's a 2008 autobiography. It feels like it's older than that. So it's 2008 actually. But I only read it I think 5 years ago. And yeah, really love the book. I want to pitch also something to you. When you watch the podcast, the Lekker podcast, and I'm showing you acquisitions, right? What would you like to see? Would you like to, or know? Would you like to know the price of each skein I'm showing you? Is that something, or whatever I'm showing you, when I buy something, is it important for you to know the price of the item that I bought? Can you please give me your feedback on that? Because somebody pitched that idea. And honestly, I sometimes can't even remember what I paid for the things, and I'll have to keep book of it. But if you feel strongly that it's something that you would like to see within the podcast, if I show things to tell you how much it cost, then please let me know. I would like to get some sort of an idea. Let me quickly do a poll with the advice from my dear husband. Now, okay, there's the poll function. Let's do a poll. Where's the poll? Administrator, are you not able to set up a poll? I would love. Don't worry, admin, I got it. Okay, so please let me know. Would you like to know the prices of items I'm showing on my podcast? Meaning, if I show whatever I bought, that for each item I'm showing you, I need to tell you the price because somebody requested that, and I have different feelings about it. I don't want to do that because I need to remember the prices. And also, I feel like when you go down in my description box of below all my videos. The links are there for you to go and actually go and visit those spaces, Naughty Habit, Hart en Hekel, whatever the case might be. So yeah, I'm really curious about what you would see, what you would like to know about. Okay, the Tattooist of Auschwitz. Let's quickly have a look and see how old that book is. I think it's a relatively new book. Elmarie, it's relatively a new book. 2018. It was published in 2018. So this is the cover page. Oh, wait, no, it's going to take a lot. Don't take me there. Just make sure my screen is nice. I don't know. Let me just, I can't see myself. I hope it's now, you can see it nicely. The Tattooist of Auschwitz. Also a great book to read. It's similar to The Choice, you know. Shows me since I like that idea of starting a group on the WhatsApp community for books. Okay, yeah. So thank you for all the book recommendations. I really appreciate that. I hope that some of the books that I've read that made an impact on my life will also be great to you. That you will also enjoy. I don't know. But yes, the Mark of Lion series by Francine Rivers is it's a brilliant series. Brilliant. I love the books of Auschwitz. They are really sad though, but so inspiring. I haven't read the Tourist yet. Great book. Great book. I actually listened to that on Audible. Great book. And The Choice I also did on Audible, and it was read actually by Edith Eger. If memories, no, I might be lying. Edith says, no, Jalene, I think people can easily look up the prices from the links you provide. Yes. You will just open yourself up to the trolls of internet that is going to shame you for your purchases. That is exactly, thank you, because that is how I felt about it. It's almost like people want to calculate how much that I spend. That's how I feel like. And I should not be ashamed. You know, because I work hard for the money that I earn, and I'm very grateful that I'm able to spend money on yarn. But also, I am showing these things really because I love to share it. But also, it really creates a space where we are showing off indie-dyed yarn for our local yarn dyers and for our local makers like Hart en Hekel, for instance. And I want the people to actually go and have a look at those people. So when I'm just providing you with a number, immediately you're going to say, oh my goodness, this skein was this X amount of money and the option is closed for you, where you can actually go and, what do you call it? Browse for yourself and see, but there's maybe cheaper options, or there's small skeins or mini skeins that I can buy, or whatever the case might be. So that's exactly what was the thought pattern in my head. And it's so lovely that you're saying it like that, because that's exactly what I was worried about. And so I appreciate that comment, Edith. I really do. Thank you. So yeah, I want to assist our local vendors, our local yarn dyers, our local makers, you know, and try to at least push some customers to them as well. And so that they can benefit from the podcast in maybe in such a way. Ingo, hello. Says, since prices can vary, I would not say them. That is true. I also think that like that. I was thinking about it because how do you say merino yarn can be anything between, I don't know, 200 and 300 rand. It depends where you buy them. So yeah, Little Girl, Lost by Barbie Wright. I couldn't put it down. I would even wake up at 4 a.m. to read and then carry on and on. I don't think it's on Audible. I bought it at a bookshop. Okay, so now I need to write it down. Little girl. Okay, thanks for that, Rosemary. Yeah, so I didn't want to. Yeah, so I really appreciate the feedback about saying the amounts on the podcast because, like I said, the request came now twice. That's people were saying, "Can you please mention prices?" And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to say prices. I want you to. Isn't it spoon feeding? Like you don't even have to lift a finger and visit the websites below in the description box of my podcast video. I just need to spoon feed you. Am I like nasty when I say that? Because that's how it feels to me in some way. Also, it feels like I'm going to be shamed for the amount of money I spend. I'm going to be um, spoon feeding people. Yes. So, yeah, I love the feedback, Edith and Ingo. Thank you so much for that. And I feel like I am sitting in a space where I cannot knit and crochet because I almost say disabled. I'm not disabled. My body is not currently able to do that. And then there's other people in the chat that is going through things. And here we are in the crafty space, and we can talk about that situation as well. I think that's quite awesome. Oh, there we go. Okay. Probit, right. All right. Got it. Got it. Thanks, Rosemary. Little Girl Lost. I will definitely look for that book. I've got extra books that's going on my list. How awesome is that? Is any one of you using the function of Libby? There's an app called Libby. So if you have a library card at your local library, you can also get access to online books. Has any one of you used that function yet? Because I am currently looking into that as well. I'm actually on at Libby. I'm registered. My library card is loaded. I'm wondering if you have been using such a function and what is your experience of that? Suzette says, it's not spoon feeding. We must go and browse their websites. Yes, I agree, Suzette. Thank you for that. um, since this morning, I've been really thinking about the content of the podcast and what people would like to see, because it might feel like it's very repetitive. WIPs, finished objects, what I get as gifted, what I acquired, meaning what I bought. And then I'm thinking, is there people that would like to see other stuff? Or so if you have recommendations of what you would like, maybe sections you would like to see, or featured on my podcast, I would love to get your inputs of ideas, because you are the people that does watch my videos, which I'm so appreciative of. And your feedback is truly valuable to me. And I also appreciate it, and I need to consider that feedback. So if you have ideas, I would really appreciate it, because I would not want it to become, it's currently very, you expect things, finished objects, WIPs, acquisitions, gifts. So if you have any ideas, please do throw them my way. I will appreciate it. Suzette said, oh no, I did read that comment. It's like my brain is not braining. Yeah. I saw somebody said that it feels like there's a decline in podcasts and people that actually um, put out content on YouTube regularly for years and years are actually like slowing down and actually stopping like posting on their YouTube channels. And the reason is, why is that happening? No, not the reason. The question is, why is that happening? Due to what factors? And then you get multiple answers, right? There's people that just push out content because they think they have to um, catch the algorithm so that your things can be pushed out for more views and getting more subscribers. That's the one thing. And then people, due to that thinking, they run into problems of being overwhelmed and being really actually burnt out. And then that especially happens if you like maybe like myself, where I'm a full-time working person. I'm a mom, I have a house to look after, my husband, and can you imagine I'm doing videos every week? I'm not doing that. It will never be possible. And I also don't have a dedicated time schedule to say, guys, you can expect every 3 weeks a video or every second week. I just don't do that and create that expectation because I really want to do things that I love. And I don't want to do things just because it's going to do well in the social space of high ranking views or going viral. I want to do things because I'm authentic and I do things because I love to do certain things and to love to do certain patterns and love to do certain projects. And so, yeah, it was interesting to hear this person talk about the decline in knitting podcasts and big channels that's actually not posting anymore due to multiple reasons. And why is that happening? And yeah, so it just made me think about the content that I'm creating, trying to stay authentic as the person I am and what I love to do, and not trying to push things out just because it might create a viral video, but just stay authentic. But still, I would like to get inputs in what maybe I'm not thinking about and things that you might be thinking about that you would love to see on my channel. And even if there's things that I'm showing you that you really do not want to see, then you can voice that as well. So I always like to get feedback like that. So you're always welcome to contact me and give me inputs in that regard. Yeah. So I'm just sharing to you what I listened to, and this person talking about knitting and crochet podcasts, and that there was such a big increase and demand for knitting and crochet podcasts, especially during the COVID period, and how those people that did so well, and you would regard them as big channels, are just not posting like they used to be posting, or they're actually not posting at all. So that's quite interesting. Maybe they found other crafts, other hobbies. I don't know. I wonder if these people researching these type of things of YouTube. Is there like research studies at the varsity level about the impact of knitting and crochet podcasts? Can you imagine? All right. So yeah, can you believe it? It's an hour later. I've not knitted and crochet or worked away any ends. Unbelievable. I've never thought that it could happen. Ingo says, I love the Fishhook and Karoo Festival post. Oh, that is good to know. I'm definitely going to be at the Karoo Winter Wool Festival next year again, and you will see me at the Cape Town Yarn Festival. So I'm excited to bring you that content. There will be another festival at the Drakensberg in September month now. But it's just not, I cannot do all the things. It costs money to go there. And normally I don't have all the leave days that I can use. So I wish I could go, but I'm not going there. So I cannot do all the things, but for the ones that I can, I love to do that. Rosemary says that's exactly why I watch your podcast, because you're so authentic. Oh, thank you, Rosemary. That means so much to me. Ingo says, I would like to see more guests. Okay, so I love having Anita on, and it seems like everyone really enjoys having Anita on my podcast as well, which she is a blast. I love to have her on. The engagement we have on that episodes are just lovely. It's lovely to have somebody sit with you and like ooh and ah about, projects and gifts and what you bought. So would you like to see more of that, like in person with me, Ingo? Or maybe even like a guest having them on Zoom? If you could specify that, that would be awesome. I really need to get Rebecca. She's the owner of my local yarn store, Yarn Stash collection here in Bloemfontein. And Rebecca is such an amazing, vibrant person. I really need to invite her also to come sit with me so that we can see some of the makes that she's making, because she's always like, she's got exquisitely beautiful things that she's making. So maybe I must really also invite her. And then I must invite Anita back, because we need to see her beautiful color work sweater she's currently busy with. Full color work, mosaic knitting. It's beautiful. So once she's done with that, she's going to be back and show us her project as well. So that's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. So yeah, thank you for that idea, Ingo. I really like that. So I will work on that and see more guests. It's just a pity that there's obviously not as much people in Bloom as they would be, for instance, in Cape Town or Pretoria, but I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to workshop on that idea more. Alrighty. Okay, so I think we're going to start to say goodbye. It's been an absolute blast sitting here with you, doing absolutely nothing but discuss our hardships, discuss our crafting and knitting and how it impacts our knitting and crochet, discussing books. I've never would have thought we would be discussing these things. Oh, she says, I'm Ingrid from Belgium. Oh, okay, yes, Ingrid, I know exactly who you are. In the video where you might remember me from Cowgirl Blues group. Yes, and you know what? I missed out the live yesterday, or the session yesterday. The past few months, the sessions with Cowgirl Blues, I couldn't attend. I was busy, but I know now. Ingrid, it's good. Thanks, Ingrid. Now I know exactly who I'm talking to. Oh, Ingrid, it's now so lovely to know that I'm talking to you. I hope you're well. Thank you for that. Rosemary says, yes, I remember watching your video where you had Rebecca with you. I think you went to a shop. Yes. So there was multiple ones. She actually also came to my house. I went to her shop. But I think I need to get Rebecca back. We're definitely having Anita back. We all love Anita. And now that I think about it, there's other people I can definitely have on my podcast as well. I think it might be good to do that. So yeah, that would be awesome. Alrighty. Yes, we talked about all the things tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you would have a super duper 2 weeks ahead, because remember, next week I'm traveling for work. I will not be able to host my YouTube live here on a Wednesday night next week, Wednesday. It will not be possible. But then I will see you the following week thereafter. So meaning I will not see you. I need to update my diary. I haven't done it this month. So I will not see you next week on the 10th, but I will see you, if all goes well, on the 17th. So excited to see you then. And so I'm sending you a big hug. I hope you have a good time. For those that's not having the Mojo Crojo, that is fine too. I hope that life is treating you well. I'm sending you a big hug and have a wonderful time up until I see you again. Much love. Mwah. Doodles. Oh, wait. Let me see what is the poll. What is the poll details? Let's have a look at the poll details. What is the poll details? 42% says yes, 57% says no. There were 7 votes, no one. Yay! Okay. Night, everyone.